Assalamu alaikum. My name is Ahmed, and in this part of PHP databases, our next task is to go for reading database records. In the previous tutorial, we created this form, add new post, and as a result, we were able to store records in our database. And let me show you that I have made in total 4 records, and I have altered 2 dates to the past date, and this is the content basically we have. Now what we need to do is we need to create a page in which these records are read and displayed to the user. So what we can do is, let's go to our window and we have add.php. Let's copy this and paste it over here and create a display page. The display page, we have all this data available to us, which perhaps we don't need it right now. Okay, so let's get rid of this and display all posts. Let's create a table for this. Again, in these tutorials we're just touching the basics, we're not going into any detail. Post title, post date, and post contents. Save it and go to the browser. So basically we want our post record to be posted over here down below. How is it possible? In the beginning we will make a connection to the database. We can simply copy these lines which we discussed in the previous one, so that we don't have to go into those details once again. Okay, so if there was any database error or script will be killed and we'll return over here. Otherwise, what we can do is, again, we need to create a query, and this time we need select post ID, post title, post date, and post content. Select all this from post, and now what will happen, just like before, we can give this as a parameter to the query and it will return a result. And this is where things become different. In case of insert, update, and delete, the result will store only the number of rows affected. But in case of like we have over here, a whole collection of data records that was fetched will be returned to the user. How we can read these records then? Over here we will get it. Just to explain you better, let's var dump this record. Go back to the browser, refresh it. You see what we have over here. It is telling us that it is an object of type SQL MySQL I_result, and these are the records, the current field, etc., field count, how many fields, 4 fields, number of rows, 4 number of rows, etc., and that's correct. because in our record we have 4 columns and 4 rows by chance. Okay, now how we can use this data? We won't use it over here. Skip this part, go down, and we will iterate it over here, not here. Okay, we will iterate it over here. And how we will iterate it? While result, and we have few options. First of all, let's fetch the records as an associative array. It will from all these records that it has, it will only fetch the first record. Fetch will only fetch the first record. So how do you want to fetch this record? I'm telling you to read it as an associative array, and this will only return the row. So I'll give this row in an array. In this array will be stored in a row, and what we can do is, I don't have to use the print r function again and again. So what we can do is that we will simply start looping it in rows, and each row, that's the way how it works, right? So we will concatenate, and we already know what the name of the column is. For instance, we know that the first column is ID. For the second column, I'll just copy it, paste, and for the third and the fourth column. So post title, post date, and post content. And this is how this all record will be looped until the time every record is looped, and at the end we will simply close the connection. So let's go over here, refresh it, and you see how we have the data. Each time a single row will be run in this code, and each time it will fetch it into this row as an associative array, and it will give us the result as an associative array, and we will fetch the result as an associative array. The other options that exist are like this. We want to fetch it as a simple row. Save it, refresh it, the same result, but now we are approaching it in a different manner. There is another option also that is called fetch underscore all. That is also a function, so you can try that also. So this is a simple way of displaying records in a grid form.